I just heard Kwanzaa. I don't know what that means. I feel like is it like a holiday or something like that? I don't know. That's the weird word that just came into my head. I haven't looked at my hair today, people. Okay, so we're just going to leave it on top of my head like that. Yep, that's the way it's going to be. Okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. You know the drill. The tarot drill. Oh, that looks pretty good right now. Minus this huge beam of light coming in. That's okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I'm Whitney Moon. If you don't know me, welcome. These are general messages for the public. They will not resonate with everybody, but they're resonated. They're designed to resonate for somebody. Okay, so just remember that and send your telepathic questions in my way. All right. Concentrate on that shit. Make sure you put that out there if you want something to come back. Okay, here we go. Take what resonates, like I said. Okay, so the song by the Tragically Hip just started playing in my head. It started playing when the video started, but like sometimes it's just an in and out, you know, I don't really have to listen to it, but it's coming back again. So it's called, it's Little Bones. I don't know if you've ever heard, obviously you've probably heard that song, but if you're not Canadian, then you might not know the Tragically Hip, and in that case, then you might not know the song. And it's about happy hour. Okay, $2.50 for a highball and $1.50 for a beer. Happy hour is here. So I don't know why that song is playing in my head, but we have Curse, Shock, and The Call, which is The Ring, Psycho, and Scream. I almost put those in alphabetical order too. Wow. Okay. They just made me notice the Psycho chick has black lipstick on. And I was specifically told to put my black lipstick on for this reading. And I never question spirit when they ask me to do something, you know, when it's because it seems so trivial. It seems so like, really? That's what you want me to do? And then it comes out in the reading and I'm like, is somebody there? Okay. So I'm getting, I don't know if it's like, I feel like if they're going to put the lipstick on me, then that would be first person, AKA collective. Okay. So something is going to shock you. Okay. You could have had like a curse following you around for a really long time. Something trying to kill you, trying to scare you, basically just kill you. Okay, for the most part. With Shock and The Call, I almost feel like this curse is ending its time. Okay, because I'm looking at the Bates Motel and it specifically says no vacancy. Okay, so if you've had somebody trying to get you to go somewhere, okay, this would be the last time where you'd actually get into your car, entertain this thing that's trying to, you know, fuck with you and kill you. Okay, you decide, okay, fine, I'm going to do it one last time. But it's almost when you get to your destination or as you're trying to plan for this really sabotaged trip, I feel like there isn't going to be any vacancy when you get there. And having no vacancy throws their plan off, because the whole point of the spell or the curse is you have to be a certain place that carries the energy. Like, it's something weird. Like, they know, if they want to try to kill you or something like that, then they get you somewhere, possibly where people were angry and hostile. Possibly, how everybody gets so fucking angry in traffic and sitting in their cars, they could have tried to get somebody to do something to you in your car on your way there. I mean, they wanted you to get to the hotel. Okay, this could also be so many things coming through now with like the Airbnbs and hidden cameras and going to resorts, hidden cameras, finding that, yes, the hotel has access to your room at all times, which means, yes, they're probably recording you, and there's probably devices everywhere that can listen to you and watch you unchange and watch you have sex. But people now are so adamant on going on vacation because they work so hard that they'll put all personal safety aside just to get there. And that's what sucks, because the whole way that they're on their way, they're getting warned, back up, turn around. This isn't going to be what you think it is, but you push it because it's like, maybe this is your spouse pushing for one more vacation. Okay. And you get to the hotel, even if you've booked your reservation, it's gone. It's like it has to play out. So then this person doesn't get this vacation because they want to get to the hotel, but there isn't any room for them. And maybe this is a person that constantly constantly tries to go on vacation. Okay. And maybe they're using money they should be putting away and they should be keeping and, storing. They're spending and spending and spending. I feel okay. I mean, because it's coming through a few different ways. I feel like if there's somebody that that is about to take a trip, it's not going to go the way that they wanted it to go. I feel like the hotel that they get to, if there is a room for them, it's what I watched the other day? I think I watched the movie called Vacancy. Had Kate Beckinsale in it and Owen's brother. And it's like this hick motel inn, okay? And kind of like Psycho, and they torture and kill people. And they don't let anybody escape. They kill them. And then they sell the videos, okay? AKA The Curse. Oh my God. What the fuck? Okay, this is just kind of changing now all of a sudden into something really creepy. Trickster in reverse, or Trickster on the bottom of the deck. I feel like, I'm getting the goosebumps all over my body now. And this is one of the reasons why I don't travel. And if I do travel, I usually sleep in my car or a tent, or I'll just go to your regular kind of Holiday Inn, or something that's just, I stay away from the vacant motel hotels, but I don't go to the 5 stars either. I kind of seem to keep it in the middle, right? And I'm sure there's cameras all over the place. I mean, but what can you do, right? I mean, I would rather, if I'm going to get watched, I would rather be watched by like a Marriott group than a hick Billy fucking town, crazy lunatic that's going to record me in the shower and then sell it to his redneck friends. That's what I'm getting. And that's there's the call. These people are going to regret this fucking trip. Okay. That's all I like. There's dreams. Okay. Freddy Krueger kind of in reverse. I'm not going to pull all of them, but I almost feel like they're having dreams about this vacation. They're having, I don't think they're having dreams. I think they're daydreaming purposely about going on this trip. And it's so lusty for them. And it seems so much like Flight in Reverse. They just keep getting off on spending money, and it's getting dangerous for them now. And obviously spending the money has been dangerous, but they don't see it that way because they see it as that's their money. But that's the thing, is like, that's entitlement. Is just because you have the money to do it, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to, right? Those are kind of like, what would we call those? Those are sometimes wishes and things that we would like, yes, but we don't necessarily want to spend all of our money to get, okay? Because it's a little bit like, it's a little bit of a hoax. You're gonna spend all your money on that, really. And that's why I don't go on vacations, because I feel like, why would I spend thousands of dollars to go somewhere? I don't know. I don't feel the authenticity in going on vacations anymore, because I feel the more threat is there than anything, right? Especially since we all, came out through that lockdown. I feel like that lockdown, it kind of opened up my eyes to how dangerous travel is, and jumping on planes, and, like, planes crash every day, okay? People get trapped in foreign countries every day. Their passports get stolen, their money gets stolen, their credit cards get taken. Okay, London's having a fucking field day with how much shit is getting stolen from their tourists. Okay, it's terrifying how much theft is out there. And I think to myself, like, would I want to put myself in jeopardy, right? Just to see somewhere, like, and I have enough anxiety as it is. I don't really think that travel plus having an anxiety disorder is a good thing. Although, it's good to branch out and to do things that challenge your anxiety, obviously, because sometimes our anxiety is paranoia that things from the past are going to happen again. So we try to avoid it as much as possible. And that is anxiety. People don't really realize sometimes how much anxiety they have or how much stress they have, because they're used to being under constant pressure, that they don't realize that that's very unhealthy, and that people are putting pressure on them that they don't deserve. But because it's always been there, it's like, well, I don't know any other way. So it's either this way or it's no way, right? And that's abuse. Like, my doctor used to always ask me that growing up when I went to go to my physicals and stuff. He'd be like, oh, you experience any stress? And I'd always say no. And he'd kind of look at me, and I'd be like, I didn't know what stress was. Like, I didn't know what that, I didn't know. I had no idea. My parents never explained that to me. They always said that they were stressed out and pissed off and angry and tired, but we could never have those symptoms because we were kids. And fuck you if you had, if you were tired as a kid, because they harder than you. And, even though we went to school for 8 hours a day, they went to work 8 hours. We went to school 8 hours. Why is that not the same? We were sitting down. We were also forced to play and run around and do physical activities we didn't want to do. While most of these people who are going to work all day are just sitting on their ass and doing nothing. Trust me, my stepmother's one of them, and that's why she has the flattest ass in all of Ontario, because she sat on it her entire life bitching. Okay, even though she was making money pouring in. But she didn't like her job because she didn't like her life. It's not that she didn't like her job, she didn't like her life. Okay, it was never big enough, bright enough. She always needed vacations. She always needed to go places. She always needed to feel lucky and like a woman, and like she had the greatest husband in the world, and blah, blah, blah. And it was all a joke. It was all a simulation, a cheap simulation to get her to spend more money. Right? My father was the enabler, never said no to her. That's why she came into his life, because it just proves that you'll put pussy over your kids all the time, right? And enable narcissists to ruin people's lives because you get to have sex with them, right? That's all my father wants, is just to have sex, okay? And just to have a wife and be married. And he has proven that for 33 years. Pussy, wife, money. No kids involved, okay? We just got pushed aside, but her son on that fucking pedestal until the day he dies. People know how to manipulate, okay? And if they kick your kids out of the equation, and if they kick your family out of the equation, trust me, they fucking know what they're doing. You know why? Because they want center stage on your ass, okay? And if they don't get center stage on in your life, okay, they're going to cause a huge fuss. And when they cause this fuss, the enabler then reacts and gives the toddler what he or she wants, thus not having to listen to the temper tantrum any longer. Okay, trust me, my aunt did it with both of her kids, and let me tell you, the one, she grew up great. The other one, the one she really babied and coddled and entitled to do whatever she wants, is the biggest brat in the entire world, with 2 kids, living in the fucking South End trash hood with no job, no baby daddy, okay, claiming that she's smarter than most people in our family. No. No. Okay. So some of your biggest enemies are wanting to go on vacation, and it is not going to work out the way they want. They're going to be crying to come home. Okay. They're going to be, oh, I want to go home. I want to go home. And they're going to be like, we just got here. You can't go home. Like, I just spent, like somebody, because this is the end of the curse. Somebody's cursing vacation all the time. Okay, fertility. It's like they keep wanting to produce something, even though there's nothing there to produce. Like this person doesn't, they're being warned to stop. They're being warned to put things down. Okay, but they're fantasizing and they're tripping over these fantasies, and they're acting like psychos when they don't get their way. Okay, and so this enabler is going to give them this trip again, and they're going to allow them to spend all their money on their credit cards and do whatever they want. But this time, it's not going to go as planned at all. I feel like this person's going to have a meltdown. Okay, I feel like all the ghosts from the past come and haunt them. I don't know if they're going to New Orleans, where the ghosts come alive. Okay, whether they're going up to fucking Tofino, out to BC, where like all the sailors died and shit. I don't know where they're going, but they're going to a place of death. That's where I feel, where a lot of people have died, and a lot of people died in New Orleans. Okay, we know this by like one of the worst hurricanes that ever hit. Okay, that shit still hasn't been all the way. And then the shit that happened out on Vancouver Island, I mean, they just only got roads in some of that places in the 80s and the 90s. Okay. And because of that, they had to travel via boat. And because they were in their boat, they crashed everywhere, crashed on rocks. Okay. Capsized, a lot of it really was rocks. Okay. So again, maybe they're going to take a boat ride and it capsizes. Maybe they're going to go on a cruise and it decides to fucking roll over in the sea because they go again. I think we're done hurricane season, but I do feel like October in the Grand Banks, which is on the East Coast and along most of the East Coast, is an absolute travesty in October. Now, does that energy continue into November? Yes, I believe it does. Okay, so this is one of the worst times to travel right now. It really is. Okay, the weather's changing and the storms are fucking out of this world. There's a ton of rain. This is one of the worst times to travel. So if this person is packing their bags, getting ready to go, they might not come back. They might get stuck in a hurricane. Because now I'm seeing with Scream, the way that Drew Barrymore has that phone in her hand, and like that's how I see them. Like they're going to be calling. Now I'm getting, what is that? 2012, John Cusack. And they go to call their loved ones, right before, and then the water takes them out. Like, I'm not getting a good vibe from this person because of their need to travel all the time. Okay, there's fire and animal both in reverse. This, like I said, this person is used to using their anger to get what they want. Okay, as if like they're manipulating, like that's what they're doing. They're manipulating the people around them. And because they're full of shit, some of these people think that they're reading the right energy with this person. Like, no, she really needs to go on vacation. She's really stressed out, blah, blah, blah. No, she isn't. There's nothing going on in this bitch's life whatsoever to make her stressed out. She's using. And then, okay, so what? You're a little bit stressed out. You get a vacation? Like, okay, if you're stressed out, take a drive. Go have a nap. Okay, take a day off of work. Don't go on a vacation because you're stressed out. Stress happens every day with everybody. It's a natural part of life. Okay, you can't escape it because as soon as you escape it, you come back and something else is going to pop off. You can't escape your life. And it's so ironic that people demand these lives, demand these careers, demand children, demand respect, demand marriages, yet are completely full of shit in them altogether, right? And they want to run away from them all the time, saying how stressed out they are and they can't handle it. You can't handle what you manifested, right? Because you manifested too much and you went over your head because you were entitled and greedy and took more than what you deserved. Okay, these are your enemies. These are your karmics. They took things from you and they overpressured their lives. You know, that's like those people that as they graduate and they just start their Fortune 500 jobs and they buy all this house, you know, they buy the house, the car, all the shit to go in it because now their paycheck is matching what the banks will give them. But yet, if they take too much right away, then they're going to drown because their paychecks, yeah, it might say they make 75K all year. Okay, they just put, you know, over $1 million on credit with all these things. Do you know what their minimum payment's going to be a month? Okay, they probably didn't think of that, right? They probably didn't think of that, and now they want out of it. They're going to want out of it. Like a genie's just going to come pick them up and save them and take them to safety. Ain't nobody coming to get them. Ain't nobody coming. This is they put themselves there. Okay? EMS is going to other people first. There's Jaws in reverse. That is the ocean. I really feel like somebody is going to go on that ocean regardless of weather and predictions and hurricanes. They're going to be like, I deserve this. It's a cheap time of year. I want to go on vacation. It's how I relieve my stress. Even though traveling is like some of the most stressful things that you could possibly do is to travel. That's what I mean. I'm like, this person is not taking any time to themselves. They're putting more stress on top of existing stress, acting like that's what they deserve, to walk away from their old stress for 5 minutes and create new stress. Because that's going to be stress relieving. And I imagine if you think that that doesn't make any sense, because it doesn't make any sense. So you're absolutely correct. Okay. Obsession. Escape. Honestly, I feel like whatever this vacation, they're obsessed with escaping their life. Okay, they hate their fucking life. And they want to escape it every chance that they get because they do nasty things to people, and those nasty things come around and they get slapped in the face with karma all the time and they don't like it because of what they put out there. Okay. That they, yeah. I mean, the universe is telling them that they are basically not allowed to vacation anymore. And that they're still manifesting to go. So I don't know what this vacation analogy is, exactly what this person is being warned not to do, yet this person is, I wouldn't be surprised if they're Capricorn, but I feel like they're a lusty energy that likes to focus on something that gives them something. And that's what gets them through the day. Like if they think about a trip, you know, going on a trip every day, then it's like it makes their life easier to deal with because they've got that trip coming up. But like they're not dealing with everything they have to deal with every day, you know, like they're just pushing it to, well, I get to escape this all one day. I get to escape this all. But like, why would you want to escape it when there's things that you have to do to understand what you're going through? Escape is like, I mean, it's just amazing how many people want to scapegoat their lives, like with alcohol, with drugs, just escape here, escape there, escape this, escape that, because, you know, you don't want to make a decision about something, or because you don't want to talk to somebody, or because somebody called you, you don't want to reply the message, or you don't want to find a job, or right. So just give up and just crawl under a hermit shell and not do anything, and then wait for a fucking vacation to save your life. It's never going to happen that way. Okay, somebody keeps trying to fill their cup with this outside source that doesn't exist. Okay, it's a mirage. It's a mirage. What vacations really are, you know, like it's a mirage. It really, really is to most people. They see a vacation and they just want it. It looks a certain way, sounds a certain way, but what they don't understand is they're not the people in the commercial. Okay, they have a life that they don't enjoy and a wife that they probably don't want. So going to Jamaica for a week isn't going to change the fact that they hate their life and they hate their fucking wife or they hate their husband, right? It's just an scapegoat. It's just to get rid of something so then they can forget about life for a minute. And it's like, if they're trying to forget their life and this is costing you money, I would imagine this is why Spirit wants to talk about it. Because what if this is, you know, some stupid ass like stepmother and you got kicked out of the family and they're spending all your inheritance going on vacations all the time. And it's like, that would be infuriating, absolutely infuriating. But if you don't know that they're spending money that's supposed to be coming to you, okay, then, but the universe knows that they're spending money that's supposed to come to you. And it's almost to save you from having to get angry at these people anymore, because I feel like they have gone as far as embarrass you, create you, and then give you away. I feel like people around you have tried to hurt you. They've tried to run you out of places because you're different. Okay, you're not like the pitchfork holding people that want to, you know, massacre everything in their little fucking redneck towns. Okay, something about redneck here. I don't know what it is, but somebody is a fucking redneck, and I don't know if they're acting like they're $1 million or that money. Because that's the thing is like, why do people want to act like they don't come from a certain place? Okay, like at least you know why I like Yellow Wolf, because at least the guy can admit where he comes from and not be some pretty boy. You know, he's still kind of trailer park trash. He still puts together outfits like God knows who did that, but goddamn, he looks always good. He's never trying to be something that he's not. Just because he's got money in his account now, it doesn't take the trailer out of him. He's always going to have that in him because that's where he was born. That's where he was raised. That's where his legacy comes from. That's where his kids come from. That's where he built his career, right? Diving into the past is an amazing experience if you did the right thing and made the right decisions and did things that made you question your sanity, okay, and made you press the bar on what you could do and push you until you break. And then once you're broke, you put yourself back together again. And there's nobody sitting there trying to coach you because you're there and you're doing it by yourself. And you're learning how to live with yourself and deal with yourself. I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment. Anybody that's ever gone and done an excursion on their own or embraced life on their own, there is probably so many things that you learn along that journey that opened up your eyes in a certain way that not a lot of people can comprehend. Not a lot of people know what it's like to face the man in the mirror, okay, and be driven to the point of almost basic instinct, survival mode, right? So many of us, especially that are anointed, have gone through things that have tested our limits, that have put us face to face with death. And we come out better people. We come out stronger in a way where our mental capacity can now handle things that the everyday person at their 9 to 5 couldn't even fucking look at without a martini in their hand or a beer in their hand, right? Learning yourself with no demons around, nobody can fuck with you again. Okay? Honestly, it's life-changing. And whatever this person is doing, instead of going on long walks by themselves to understand what's going on, instead of listening to themselves, they go on a vacation. They jump on the boat and they go. That's not self-worth. That's not healing. That's, again, putting people in your way and putting everybody around you so then you can act like you're healing, but you're not, because you're in your crowd full of people appeasing everybody that's around you. Okay, so somebody I just heard is going to get a reality check for fantasizing and not stopping until they took everything from you to simply entertain themselves and take themselves on trips and vacations. Children of the night. This is what I mean. Like, oh, good God. Like, they are children in women's bodies and men's bodies. You know, like, I'm sure they probably, if they do go on this cruise, you know why they want to go on the cruise? It's because they want to drink. They want to drink all night. They like, honestly, they want to drink all night. They want to party. They want to go out with their friends. They want to make new friends, right? They want to party, sex. They're probably swingers, okay? They probably want to meet other couples so that they can fuck other couples. And, you know, it gets them all back into their marriage again so they can come home and hate their life all over again. Okay, 31 minutes on the dot. All right, maybe they're leaving on the 31st. Anything else? Anything else? Yep. Harvest and book. Okay, so they definitely have money coming in. And again, this could be your money. They might have a new check coming in. And they want to, the book, I think, would represent in this, like the registration. Okay, they want to go and register for something. They want to go buy the book on their next vacation spot. I just got Arizona. I don't know if they're going down to the desert, some shit like that, okay? But they want to take a big chunk of money and go and do this. So this is their next trip. So if they're on a trip right now, they're already planning their next one. Or this is the one, okay? They get the harvest, they get the book, and they just go. And it does not, like now that I'm looking at this psycho again, I'm looking at, they might be driving. They might take a car or rent a car. I feel like that car overheats. People don't know desert driving. They're stupid. They keep the air conditioning cranked, right? And the engine overheats, okay? They run out of coolant, all that shit. People don't know, okay? They always think that they do because they read a book or a pamphlet. Oh, we know everything. We read the book. Not unless you've been there, bitch. You don't fucking know shit. A book can only tell you so much. Okay, I would hook up with the redneck people around the town. That's what I would do. Go pick up and fucking hang out with the carnies and the townies. Okay, and they're going to fucking tell you how to survive. Not some fucking book. And the book in reverse, which makes me think, again, oh my gosh, this would be somebody, I don't know if there's mountains in Arizona, but I feel like somebody would, you know, they bought the aesthetics book of mountain climbing in Oregon or some shit, you know, and it's this pretty book with all these pictures and, you know, no warnings. It's just, you know, every now and then, every like fourth or fifth page, there's a park guide and this is where we can go on a trail. And that's the thing. Now it's like, I can see like trail, like going hiking or some shit like that. And again, the universe trying to invite this person to go for personal walks every day, and they're planning a hiking trip. When all their soul has been asking them to do is take a fucking 10-minute walk around their residence to start to understand their mind, and here they go booking a 15-day hike. Okay, like I said, it was Freddy in reverse, which means they're daydreaming about shit that's gonna kill them. Okay, there's nature. As I say that, they want to go out in nature, they want to explore. Guess what? Nature's got a different fucking idea for what they want to do to you. Okay. Fuck around, find out. And I just saw, this was so weird. So I went to a penitentiary not too long ago. My sister needed a book. Okay, that was sold there. So we went down to the pen, and it's all shut down and everything. If there's a souvenir store, it's shut down. It's not a commissary store. So we went there. And it's a really old penitentiary. You could tell it looked like it was fucking built in the 1800s. It's so fucking old. Kind of beautiful at the same time. You know, very nice architect and structure. And anyways, I was terrified. We didn't do a tour or anything because I didn't want to actually go into the jail. I just got a really bad vibe the second I got there. And I knew why, but not until later, why I got such a bad vibe. But today, in my bathroom, okay, beside my toilet is a window. And literally, you can sit on the toilet and open up the window because it's right there, okay? You don't have to stand up and open up the window. It's right there as you sit on the throne, and you can look outside. Okay. And I wrote a little rhyme today while I was sitting on the toilet staring outside because it's such a nice day today. And I was like, isn't it so nice to sit on a throne with a view? And I did this whole little rhyme. It was really weird. But it was for a reason. I said the rhyme. Okay. And then I did something. I turned whatever. And I looked back out the window. And because my roof is black, okay, it's black metal. For a second, it looked like, now I'm looking at the word guard on the bottom, it looked like I was in a penitentiary, because it's a little tiny window, like that's all windows are in jail, windows that you can't get out of. Like you can't get out of this window. It's wide, but it's, like this. So you can't physically crawl out of it. So it was like looking at it, and then I went, oh my God. And the reason why is because the reason why I couldn't go into the jail that day was because I'm pretty sure I went to that jail, and not in this lifetime. It's a men's jail, so it couldn't have been able to be this jail in this lifetime anyways. I'm a woman. But I went to that jail in a lifetime, and I don't know. I feel like it was the late 1800s and going into the 1900s, but I'm not positively sure. But I had to go to jail. I was falsely accused. Okay. I was nailed to the coffin on something that was done, and I couldn't prove myself innocent. So I had to go to jail, and I just saw the penitentiary right there, which is one of the buildings actually kind of looks like that, which is why it made me think of it. Okay. And the fact that I saw the jail this morning outside my window, I was like, okay, something's fucking weird here. They made this black fence, okay, between me and this business all of a sudden. So now I've got this black fence behind my fence. So I've been blocked in that way, which is super weird. Okay. It seems like now we're getting blocked in, which is fine. I feel like it's more privacy, but it is showing a little bit more like, is this becoming a prison, right? Is this actually becoming like, are they going to put bars on the windows soon and say that it's for our safety, right? Something like that. Okay. So I got long story short, that's the penitentiary I saw. Okay. And it's not a penitentiary. This is birds. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's City Hall or the library. Okay. Where everybody is when they come running out and the birds attack. Okay. So they're going to go somewhere. I feel like now, if it's not a boat, if their first vacation is a cruise and their next vacation is hiking or something, they're going to get attacked by nature. And it's going to hurt them. Okay, because they are genius. Oh my God. And then look, the guy who rips apart animals and fucking faces and shit. Okay. And then look at that, love in reverse, and then dinner in reverse. Like I feel as it like lies all around. Like again, this person just keeps taking vacations and booking vacations and trips around the world, and just to go out and eat somewhere and just to spend money and just to act like they're in love, but they're not, right? They probably take pictures with their husband or pictures with their kids. Like we're having the greatest trip in the world, but they're not, right? Like just because people can take a lot of pictures, it doesn't mean that they're enjoying their time. Okay. So I feel like whatever this reading, was supposed to hit, I feel like the universe again lies on the bottom. I feel like these people are spending your money doing all of this very frivolous shit. Okay. And they act like they didn't come from where they did, and they're ashamed of where they come from, which is why they spend the money that they do now, even though they don't have the money to spend because they're not rich. Okay. But they were possibly a lot poorer in the past. So image is very important to these people. They probably have social media. I feel like they're older people. They have to keep up appearances, even though they don't structurally have the money to do what they're doing anymore because they're using collectives money. So remember that. You see somebody on a trip that's close to you and family, AKA, first bloodline, and they're out there on trips and spending money, and you're not a part of the family anymore. It's a huge possibility they're using your inheritance to go on these trips with. Okay, so before you go liking anybody's picture on social media, because you think, oh, I like like their picture. I think they like me. They don't. They're spending your money. If this resonates. Okay. If it resonates. Ooh. We have a deadly sin here. We have wrath in reverse. We have contracts, and we have 5th house of pleasure in reverse. Entertainment, heavy communication. Okay, so I feel like somebody has been purposely talking shit about you to block you for entertainment purposes only. Okay? They're not doing it because you're an asshole and that you hurt them. They're doing it because they can. That's their house of pleasure, is fucking with people and trying to take their contracts away from them. This is why I say that so many of us, like, please do not put yourself in categories with other people. Okay, even if you like their house or the car that they drive, because you have no idea what these people are thinking. Okay, and how they got the BMWs and how they got the husbands and how they got the children. It's not all because they played fair. For the most part, this person has a lot of things and they're a nasty person. They probably stole majority of from other people, claiming to be a good person. Their name is probably Angela, aka the angel of God, right? The perfect impersonator to come in and steal from people by using their fucking name. Okay? So you have chain reaction. I feel like you're causing unconscious reaction in somebody. And because you're causing an unconscious reaction, they want to end you. But they can't, because they've been told and warned to stay the fuck away from you. That people, again, are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean you have the ability to stop it. Okay? And if you do stop somebody's 5th house of pleasure for entertainment, okay, and you stop their contracts from coming in, okay, because somebody unconsciously caused a reaction in somebody and you think that you're the one that's supposed to do something about it because suddenly now you're taking on the acts of God, okay, be very careful, because so many of these people are working from their root chakra with wrath. Okay, they are putting their pussy all over it, putting their dick all over it, okay, acting like they own something, or because their pussy's 50 years older than yours, they're allowed to say something to you or overstep you or be your mother or act like they can get you in trouble. Okay, somebody has been in direct violation of a contract because they did black magic and then put out false claims. So they did the black magic. They knew it wasn't going to work. So then they had to also add lies in there so then the black magic could work, because nobody was turning on you. That's what it was. This person was putting shit out there and nobody was listening to them because nobody cared. Yeah, okay, you hate somebody, fucking grow up. Then all of a sudden, they started adding your name to everybody's hit list by going, well, they said something about you. Well, they talked about you. I'm the only one that hates them. I've got your back. Why don't you have my back? Narcissist energy, huge. Drugs and alcohol. This person fucking smokes like a chimney, acts like that's how they get their aggression out. You know what? You know how many people take their anger out on their cigarette. You know those people, right? Like, oh yeah, you give that cigarette what it deserves, you fucking bitch. You know, like, it's a smoke. Calm down. Isn't that what it's supposed to do for you? Isn't that what you claim that it does, is calm you down? Yet you're all fucking fired up and spitting at everybody, okay? With a fucking smoke hanging out of your mouth like a trashy fucking bitch would, okay? So, I mean, again, whoever this person is, they made so many false claims about you, and, like, I can just hear spirit. Like, this is spirit bad-mouthing them. I don't care who they are. I really don't. Spirit does. I get told what to say, and I say it. Spirit fucking hates these people. Because you've been given to them, you've been talking to them, and they've been planning wrath behind your back for entertainment. Stay away. You see what I mean? Stay away in reverse. They are being told to get the fuck away from you, and they're not doing it. You know why they're not doing it? Because they're obsessed with the way that you look. They're obsessed with your body. They're obsessed with your ass, with your tits. See, ulterior motive. You've got somebody fucking with you because they got the hots for you. And it's the same sex, and they know you don't want nothing to do with them. Okay? So now they're like, again, okay. Like, use your sexuality to abuse people a little bit more. Because they're a closet lesbian, getting all creamed up looking at you, and you don't like it. They put a fucking gun in your mouth? Oh, well, what did you do with daddy behind closed doors, you little fucking... Something fishy is going down. See what I mean? 10th house of career. Somebody fucked with your career. Okay, they put a fucking rumor out there about you. They put false claims out there, all for entertainment, just to entertain themselves and to entertain the ones around them, keep their jobs, keep you away from them. Look at this. The One Ring. This person is so possessive of things, okay, and they wanted to possess you. They wanted to put you on their finger like a fucking ring, and you didn't want it because you don't believe in lust, okay? So they came and they stole from you, bag in reverse. They opened up your bag of karma and took things out of there to fuck with you because they had an unconscious reaction to something that you did miles away. Again, people hurting people because they can't deal with their own emotions and their own feelings, but they say that they're grounded and completely controlled by themselves and nobody else. Really? That's not what I see. I see somebody who's controlled by lust, controlled by gold, controlled by controlling people, acting like the big man on campus, waving their gun around, and their gun isn't even loaded. I feel like this is a woman, and she should have been born a man because the way she walks around with this gun is like somebody walks around with a dick. You know what I mean? Like, it might as well be your dick. Okay, is that something pressing into my hip? Okay, are you just happy to see me? Gross. Fucking this same-sex shit has been coming up the last couple days, and it's people around you that have ulterior motives because they want to fuck you, and you don't want anything to do with them, and because you don't want anything to do with them, they get you fired. You know, I feel like somebody might have hit on you, and you didn't like it. You know, you might just be a very open person that speaks to people and laughs and has a very, you know, calming effect on people and a very entertaining effect on people. This person, you know, you might have, hey, how are you? You having a good day? And they went, oh my God, they want me. They want me so bad. Look at the way they said hi to me. And you're like, that's how I say hello to my snake, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't want you. Okay, this person, fucking putting pussy on a pedestal as I look at lust. Girls, girls, girls. Okay, expression and expansion, again, with this heavy fucking communication with Gemini. So this person, whoever was lusting over you, they have been running their mouth to so many people about you. I feel like it's overkill. Okay. It's almost like people can see how desperate this person is to still be bringing up your name. Okay. Like, you fired me. Get the fuck over it. Why are you still talking about it? That means if they're still talking about it, they know what they did. And they want to keep that hate fresh on you so it doesn't get put onto them. Okay. Again, fifth house of pleasure. With Leo, the thing is, I mean, the universe is exposing these enemies for you to realize that you've had people do things to you because you wouldn't sleep with them and you wouldn't give them attention and you wouldn't let them abuse you. So they manipulated energy, okay, to get you away from them instead of them walk away because they can't handle you, right? Very abusive, very narcissistic. Okay, and if this was a case where they got you fired, escorted off the premises, something like that, they're in for a fucking treat because they ain't going to have that job forever. And then once they don't have that job, I can almost guarantee that because of doing this to you, this is work related, they will have a problem finding a job for the rest of their life. Okay, because the positions that they're in now that they steal from other people in order to keep will not be there forever because they're probably not even supposed to be where they are right now because they stole it from somebody. So the way that it's being described to me is that they don't have a place here in the universe and they're taking other people's places because did you just hear that? I just got affirmation, a car honk. Okay, so they're the ones that aren't supposed to be here, and they're trying to put on collective that you're not supposed to be there, that there's no space for you. How convenient to say there's no space for somebody else while you're nudging your fat ass into the spot that my skinny ass is supposed to be in. Again, like, everything will expose them, especially, I mean, it's like the whole shoe analogy, right? Come walk a day in my shoes. They're walking around in your shoes. They're not the right size. Okay. They're not theirs, right? They're going to get blisters. They're going to know that those, I mean, that was in like a forensic file where this person wore somebody else's shoes to commit a murder. But the like, it was a thin pair of shoes, like almost like a Converse or something, and in the imprint, because now they've got all these like weird cameras and everything with like infrared and shit, they took the picture of the imprint and noticed that there was an actual footprint inside, and the shoe was like two sizes too big, you know, like they saw the little foot in the big shoe. And they were like, okay, well, that's his fucking wife. And then they knew. They matched the foot. Not that because she was trying to say it was all about the shoe. No, it's not the shoe. It's the foot inside the shoe. Okay? It's something that's like, that you're not seeing because they're wearing something of yours. Oh, shit. No, I gave Dave our whole French fries because I made more hash browns, and I was like, "What am I doing with these stupid French fries? They're just taking up room. We haven't even opened them." And I was like, "Do you have an oven?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm live right now. Okay, so sorry. Even though I don't even think anybody's here. Anyways. Woo! I locked my sister out. Okay. Anything else? Heavy blockages in reverse. Nice. Nice. Complex trauma for sure. I mean, sometimes what these people do can follow you around from place to place to place, constantly attacking you through different people. And you think, oh my God, I've got to be crazy. Like, this can't be happening again. And it happens again. Right? That is a clear indication, okay, that somebody, that you've got this energy kind of following you around, you know, constantly, like a bully energy that doesn't want to see you grow. I mean, you cause reactions in people, and possession and demonic. Yeah, you cause reactions in people that are demonically possessed, trying to act like they're good people. So you expose people that are hiding. You know, especially those old men that are like, I'm a priest. No, you're not. You're a pedophile. Okay, like, so not all of them, but you know what I mean? It's like you had to uncover that. Like, no, you're not a good person. You're this whole other thing. And you might scam 98% of the people that come into your life, but you're never going to scam collective. Collective, it might take collective like a little bit to understand the situation, because collective's not trying to go somewhere and do work right away. Okay, we're trying to go somewhere and fucking read what the hell is going on. Then we'll figure some shit out. Okay, but this person, it's not like they went under the radar. You just didn't catch them as fast as they did the crime, because again, they were acting like somebody who was really into you, but it got proved that they had completely different motives altogether. It wasn't good motives at all towards you. And these are all, in order to expose this, okay, all of these partnerships that come in to fuck you with this ulterior motive that really they want to have sex with you and they don't want anything else to do with you. I almost kind of feel like these were supposed to be short-term relationships to get it over with, to expose how deep it really was. So if you've had short contracts for the last little while, like, I mean, I could say a few years, okay? Short contracts, in and out, in and out, in and out. Not necessarily contracts that you actually had to physically sign, but like different jobs or contracts with people or with companies, okay? And it went seriously wrong every time. That's why. It's because there was something going on and it was so badly manipulated that it was like boom, boom, boom. You had to just, get it done quick, because if you didn't start to expose what was going on, it could take years before the universe would be able to expose truly the motives behind why they're in your life. Because, I mean, that could take years. Because, I mean, people hide all the time, right? They hide behind families, they hide behind their kids, they hide behind their wives, right? And those are the men that like hide in the garage all the time, right? Not really around their families. Like, what are you really hiding from? What are you trying to cover up, right? Because clearly these people didn't want the positions that they got. And that's why they got so angry with so many things and so entitled. Like, these people are so fucking entitled. It's scary. It's scary to think that, like, we're driving around on the roads with these people. Like, these people have licenses, they have children, okay? And their entitlement is being used as their ulterior motive to hurt people and get money. Like, it's scary. It's fucking scary. So for the most part, I just don't trust people at all. I don't really, until you have given me something to trust, there's no reason to think anything. You know, there's no reason to think anything of anybody unless they want you to think something of them, right? Or they want you to be around or some shit like that. Like, just fucking cruise in your own boat. Fuck what everybody else is doing, because that's what gets you, you know? Like, as soon as you start thinking about somebody or thinking somebody likes you, and it's just like, it just goes massively wrong because everybody is so fucking lazy now. And the second that they're asked to do anything, it's like, ugh. Really? I don't want to do that. And it's like, you have no fucking idea how many people would kill to do what you could do right now while you're sitting on your ass bitching about everything. Like, wow, cry me a fucking river, and so shall it be. I will go swimming in that shit because I love water. I don't like people who make excuses. I'm just so over excuses. Like, oh, what else is the excuse now? Oh, what do you need to do? Excuse now? Oh, let me guess. Excuse? What was more important today? You guide me. You guide me. Okay. I'm going to do one more. 101.31. Wow. I love my numbers. And I like that number. So, I'm going to do one more. What the fuck was that? I knew it. My sprayer is broken. That's what happens when you drop it on the floor a million times. Okay. I think I'm going to do this tattoo on myself today. Look at, you can't see it because it wants to stay hidden. I have it all drawn out. I'm so excited. But you got to be on my Instagram to know what I'm going to do today. Feeling pretty jazzercised. Which means tattoo time. I'm really branching out with my tattoos and like my shading and shit. You know, I'm trying to be a little bit more professional. Like, I give a fuck what anybody thinks about anything that I do. Because I don't. And don't base your life off if people like you. Because the majority of people are just going to lie anyways to you. So what's the point? Okay. Last message. What do you got for me? Life over death. Okay, so I feel like somebody might be making their way to you. Coming to your home. Like, coming straight to you. Death in reverse. Well, I mean, death. That's Scorpio energy right there. They could be a Scorpio. But also we're in Scorpio season, so it's current energy. Something that's going to happen, like, relatively soon. And we've got slow down in reverse, so I think it's coming. Look at Temperance. They could be a Sagittarius, but they got timing on something. Okay, somebody, I don't know if they've got the day off or something in, like, however long time, and they are going to use that day to come and see you. I don't know. But we have life over death, and then the path in reverse with this 10 of Swords and 8 of Cups. So I feel like someone's coming to, I don't know, apologize, possibly for not showing you the way. Like, I don't know, maybe, because I mean, it doesn't have to be romantic or anything like that. I feel like it's a possibility that maybe somebody walked away and you were expected to follow them or something and you didn't. You chose your life and you just went home. I don't know. It's coming through weird because it's going to be different for everybody, but it's kind of like somebody gave up on you, gave up on life, or something didn't go the way that you thought it was going to go. Somebody indulged and maybe they were, I don't know, maybe you were anticipating somebody was going to make a move or do something and they didn't. So you just were like, fuck it. All right, there goes another one, right? Like thinking that something was going to work out and it didn't. Like it was gone forever. But I don't think it's gone forever. I think it's coming back to life. Maybe somebody's feelings for you are coming back to life. Somebody that you walked away from or somebody that walked away from you once everything, it kind of seemed like it did not go well. Something did not go well. The plan didn't work. The path got destructed. Somebody died. Like the relationship might have died. Ace of Bongs on the bottom in reverse with the Devil, Capricorn energy, and then the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so something died for sure. A relationship died with this Ace of Bongs in reverse. That's the Ace of Cups. Something was going good. You know, those things that go good until it just doesn't go good anymore. It's like in self-indulgence. Somebody got indulged on something. Fucked up on something. And that's why it didn't work. Everything you planted, everything you did, you might have lost a lot because of it. You walked away, got stabbed in the back, left for dead while they just moved on. Yikes. Then there's the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Like, I feel like trying to get over this person was really hard to do. Like, they just walked away and chose a different life over you. That, I wouldn't imagine it would have been easy to get over. Because you were, whoever this person was, it was like they were somebody you wished for. They were somebody you wanted around. And then it went from wishes to bullshit. And then you had to walk away. And you're like, how did I just have everything I wanted and then have nothing? Like, how did that just work? I just lost everything, you know, like you might have been building a home with them, but it wasn't your home, you know, and you were asked to leave. Like, something is very sad here about this. Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is why I think that something was really unfair. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Eight of Wands. There's the Moon. Oof. They just Page of Buds with a star. Oh my God. Ace of Swords. Like, then they just made something with somebody else just like that. then like you lost this whole plant. Okay. And then they just started another one right away with somebody else, taking everything that you had worked so hard for, and just, they might not even have smoked it. It might have just been a big old waste of everything. They could have given it to you. They could have, been so much nicer about things, and they just wanted to walk away. 8 of Wands, like, get the fuck away from me. Woo! Moon energy in reverse. I feel like this person acts on impulse a lot, and they impulsively did something to you that they shouldn't have. 9 of Swords. And now I don't think they know how to undo that. Like, how do you say to somebody, sorry for ruining your life and kicking you out and starting a whole new family behind your back and leaving you with nothing? Do you want to talk? No? Question mark? Like, I don't know. Why? Okay, unless they're planning on making it all up for everything they fucking took. Like, yikes. But they're being guided right now to tell you the truth. So, like, they lit this joint. Like, they're being told to light it. Okay, and smoke that shit. Get it into you. Feel it for a second. So maybe they had to smoke what they did to you. Okay, figure that analogy out. I don't fucking know. Like, they had to ingest and feel what they did. And the way that this person has to come about it is almost in a third person. Like, I am so sorry for what I did to you. I couldn't imagine what that did to you. Like, they're really going to have to put you on that pedestal. Like, and I don't know how many people want to eat shit like that. I really don't. This is a big eat shit. Okay. And I don't, like, it's hard to say, like, why would this person even want to eat shit like this? Like, they're being guided to say this. High Priestess. They know it's the right thing to do. Again, with that joint. They're smoking the same idea every day, of that's okay. Well, that's what I've got to say. That's what I've got to say. They know what they have to say. And they know that they're going to have to kind of go all in and say it all. Okay. And that's where they have to leave fear at the door. Okay. They can't be worried about how you're going to take it. They have to just say what they need to say. And however way you take it is however way you take it. I mean, hopefully you take a little bit to, swallow this shit. Okay. As I'm flipping over the moonshine. Okay. Like, again, they could be a Pisces. I mean, we did just go for the full moon. So they might have had a lot of things come up over this full moon. Okay, I can see this person sitting outside and literally staring at the moon, smoking a joint, thinking about you. Weed must open up their third eye. When they smoke weed and they're calm, they get a lot of messages. Okay, and I think that they know how much they fucked you over. Okay, and how much they took away from you just to start something brand new. And what I heard one time was, my sister and I were looking at moving to Thunder Bay a couple years ago, and Spirit said to me, like, it was such a bad idea. And I didn't know how bad of an idea it was. And Spirit said to me, and it was really awesome that they said it. They go, any new place becomes old. And to look for that fresh new beginning, it's going to become the routine everyday life. It's not going to remain brand new. Okay. So I feel like this person, no matter how many days pass, no matter how many times they try to renew something, it's not the same until they break the silence with you. Okay. They could be meeting new people and thinking that they're going to get rid of you and forget you, and it doesn't happen. They go back to the same spot. right where they started. And then they wish they never even done what they just did, because to end up at square one again seems counterproductive. But that's what this person has to realize, is how counterproductive they've been this whole fucking time, right? King of joints, there he is. And with that join again, Empress and Judgment. The Fool. So see, look at this joint. I mean, this guy's just walking around with it. It's in every picture. That's the Ace of Swords. Okay, that's the Ace of Swords. They're smoking their truth. And they're going, for once, you know, they're getting these, I feel like they're getting these downloads, and these things come into them. And now I feel like they're finally going to do something with that. Okay, like I feel like they're smoking a lot. Okay, there's like three roaches here. There's 2 roaches there. Okay, they've got a bunch of pre-rolls here. I feel like they're really into their truth right now and ingesting that truth. Okay, because like they say, the truth shall set you free. To discover the truth is not for anybody else other than you. Okay, the truth is for you and for you only. That's the sacredness of knowing the truth. People who want to believe lies, okay, are just holding space for the real ones. All it is. Empress is in reverse. Okay. They obviously know that this tree that they planted with this Empress in reverse, it was indica strand. Maybe they thought it was going to be super chill. Okay. Maybe they thought it was just going to be the ride of their life. You know, they were just going to nice cruise all the way through with this person until they died. Didn't work. Because this Empress wasn't who they said they were. So they ended it with you like a fool for somebody in the Chariot in reverse that they went forward with not even knowing. You know, but it was a bliss for a while, I'm sure. Like they had their moments of, you know, pure happiness, but then reality hit again. This person is now smoking reality. They're in the present moment. Okay, looking at the past going, holy fuck, I was an asshole. Holy fuck, I fucked up. That's when you know you're living the right moment, when you realize how much you fucked up and that you're not putting it into somebody else's hands all the time, using it as an excuse as to why you did everything. Once you put yourself there and you're like, oh my good God, I've been yelling about everything they did wrong. I never even stopped to look at what the fuck I was doing there. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Truth shall set you free. Call it and forget it. Mother Nature's wrath. You see what I mean? Like things happen. This person got so angry, but they blamed it on you. They blamed their actions on you. Okay. But that was their rage. That was something they were going through, but they couldn't absorb it because they might have been in narcissistic energy or raised by a narcissist to constantly push your problems onto other people. Right. And you don't have to take responsibility for anything. Isn't that the fun way of living? But it's not the responsible way. This person done grown up, bitch, with this judgment. They reached a judgment. There is a disease with the oldies but goodies, and their judgment revealed that they were the problem in back in the day. Okay, they had a disease inside of them. They had rage inside of them. They had discomfort. They had anger. Okay, they had things inside of them that was their problem. They needed to sort those issues out, not you. And that's what they're smoking, is all the things that they put you through instead of saying how many things that you did to them. It's now like, wow. You know, how does it feel to be them? You know, now that I looked at this a different way, like how would they have felt? Like, you know, if they were a man and you were a woman right there, I mean, the energy changes of just a man over top of a woman. Like think about a woman in that situation. They're smaller. They're more vulnerable, right? They can't protect themselves. Some of them act like chihuahuas, right? Because they don't have any other defense mechanism other than their chirpy mouths and their fucking hands to slap people around. Okay. Secret Agent Dana Scully. You see what I mean? Oh, that's Fox Mulder. Sorry. The unexplained conspiracy cover-up. See, someone's just been covering up everything that they did. And now they realize that covering up everything they did, even though they had a good reason to, wasn't worth holding back anymore. Suppressed emotions in reverse. You see, let those emotions fly. Okay, look at literally suppressed emotions in reverse. Look at the same blue and then the fish in the water. Swim through those emotions. Okay, get through those emotions. Release them. Let them out. Don't suppress them. Okay, suppress is depress. Okay, the stage is set. Signs, Bagul, sperm donor, guilt trip. Okay, so this person, the stage was set. Okay, they had some type of parent that abandoned them. Okay, and basically kind of could have acted like a sperm donor, you know, gave his piece and then just always leaves all the time on these guilt trips, pieces out, says, you know, I need to do something for myself. You know, I never really wanted kids, or I need to be somewhere to be myself. And really it was, they just didn't want to be a parent. So they walked away from their parental responsibility. And now this person, okay, whoever this person is that's smoking their own truth now, is realizing that they became their father or their mother that constantly guilt tripped them into leaving and feeling okay about it. So the stage was set for them to start to realize the signs to change who they are. Because it's all fun and games when you're pointing fingers and everything, but if you're in judgment like this person is, the fingers now are being pointed at them. Like, what did I do? When did I do this? Why did I do it? Why did I overreact? Why were we yelling at each other? Right? It's like somebody finally wanting to understand the root of all their problems. Okay? And I just want to hear, like, congratulations. Okay, good job. Because so many of it stems from things that happen when we're kids and we don't understand it and it's not explained to us. So we just try to have families to revert everything that happened, but really we end up causing more damage because we didn't fix ourselves, right? It's like thinking that you're being productive by moving forward, but if you don't heal the past and you're moving forward with this past attached to you, like, you know, an abscess, like it's an infection, it's going to hurt you, it's going to harm you. And then you're going to use all these excuses as to why you're carrying it around with you, when really you need to let it go, which is these emotions. Somebody needed to let their emotions go, right? And it's like the best day when you stop blaming everybody else for your problems and for what's going on and just accept what you're in and start to change it. And that's what they're doing, bitches. So good for them. 123.42. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Magical numbers as per usual. So I hope this resonated. Okay. And if it didn't, wait for more readings because there always is more. Don't you worry. Send those telepathic questions in my way so I can answer them, obviously. And yeah, I got all my services up now in the About section if you want to check it out. Also on my Instagram, it's there. My TikTok's there. I'm pretty much giving up on X. I don't know. I'm going to try it one more time. Every time I go to upload a video onto Twitter, it doesn't upload the video. So I've just been done with Twitter for months now. I actually forgot I even had a Twitter account. I'm going to go back on and see if they will allow me to upload videos again. If they don't, I'm just going to X-nit. I don't even think I advertise my Twitter account anywhere. So I don't know if we're going to be using it anymore or not, but that's also there for now. So I'm going to be reloading some shit onto that app. How many people hate the TikTok app? Holy fuck. That app is shit. It's garbage. I finally got it to work today. Oh my good God. Anybody that has to be on TikTok. I just keep deleting it. I won't even leave it on my phone. It's got so many viruses attached to it. Oh, make sure you clean your phones, people. Get rid of your apps, re-download them, sign back in. You've probably got 20 accounts themselves just signed into your Instagram. So make sure you go into your settings and see where you're logged in and see what devices you have. And oh my God, my one Twitter account, the last time I was on it, there was like 42 accounts signed into it. I didn't even know that you could check. I was like, wow, because it signs you in every time you sign in. So just remember that. Okay. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Have a good day. Peace out. Have a good weekend. It's beautiful. Enjoy the sun if you have it. And send those telepathic questions in my way so I can answer them. All right. Peace. Word to your mothers. All right. We're frozen.